Welcome you all. Today we'll be making a wreath on Unique in the Creek oval board. I did write quite a bit on the board because I'll explain on the way. Don't mind the writing. I'll explain better than you looking at the writing. So here's the sign, 10 by 10 square sign, and the ribbon. Okay. And as well as this one, pairing it up with these two here. But this, oh, not this one, pairing it up with these. The mess, we're using 2 rolls. So that's, I cut the mess at 17.5 inches. This is all I have left. I would have cut it at 18, but I don't think I'd have enough if I were to cut it at 18 inches. Because 3/16, oh, 17.5 is a good number if you're gonna do this style wreath. We are using 12-inch zip ties. I would have used 10-inch zip ties for this, but I misplaced them, so 12-inch it is. We'll need 20 of the 12-inch zip ties. Because we'll be doing these curly side curls, we'll be using these. I'll show you how to make those. So 17.5 inch cut mesh for both to make these. And when we go in the middle, we'll be doing ruffles. So on the outside, it's a different style, and on the inside is a different style as well. So I'll show you that too. So, but first, let's finish cutting up the ribbon, because we'll be adding the ribbon in with the mesh as we go. So I did cut up the 1.5 already. We need to dovetail it, but I'm gonna cut the 2.5 inch ribbon here. So we'll need 15 pieces of the 2.5 inch ribbon. I'm using here, as you probably some of you know, this is called the Measure Buddy, and it's a I use it to do this, just that what you saw me. So it's good, handy tool to have. So this is going to be a different wreath. I've never done this before, and we're gonna learn here together. You'll see what you like, and I'll see what I'll like. If I don't like this, then I'll never make it again. If I like it, I'll continue with that. Yes, we are using 12-inch zip ties for this. Isn't that cool? So different, so different. So we're gonna dovetail the ribbon. So I'm gonna grab 5 at a time. Okay, next I'm gonna show you how to do these. These I just curled. These rolls are 10 inches, and you know, twirl them up, but these are almost made the same way, but using 17.5 inch mesh here. So I'll put something heavy over here, okay? And when I'm trying to be precise, you notice I don't have much sticking out from here. What I do is I try to keep this and this on the inside when I fold it, like this. Okay, just like that. And then go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And pin it. Turn it around. And I do the same thing on this side, up to here. Okay, make sure these, I use my small finger to put these inside. And then 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I put these together, okay, and flip them up. And when I do this, up in here, I make sure I push this against, like pull it like that, okay, just so when I add a zip tie in there, I'm getting that inner one as well inside the zip tie. Zip tie, not zip tie. Okay. We'll do that again. So the horizontal mesh is good for when you're rolling. You see how nice it is? But this one, you see this part? That's the part I'm trying to get inside the, on the inside. Because if this catches on to something, it'll fray, like you saw there. And that's why I'm trying. You don't have to, but I do this because it just keeps my mind at ease. So that's why I roll it inside like this at first. And then you don't see those. Okay, turn it around, and we do that again. This is not the woodland ruffle. Who knows the name of this? So I've heard that it's called the side curl. The side curl from Julie's Wreath Boutique. But it could be called something else. But could be a side curl. It's a good name. Okay. So there's the curls. So next, we got all our ribbon. We got our... So next we're gonna do is we're gonna add zip ties. I wanna add zip ties in there right now because just cause it'll be faster when we add the curls in there. So in through that hole, so we are searing holes. I'm using 12-inch zip ties here. And you'll see why in a sec. Alright. So, I haven't done anything like this yet, so maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. We shall see here. Like, I thought about going on the inside, but I wanted to make this wreath a little wider. That's why I'm using the outside holes. I was like, when I was playing around with this last night, trying to figure out, was it last night? Or this morning. This morning before church. I was playing around. I tried the pipe cleaner. I tried using pipe cleaners on here to do this style, but the curl was just flopping around. It wouldn't sit right or sit straight. It was just like floating around on the board, and I didn't like that. And so I tried the 8-inch for this part here. The zip tie is too small. And I tried to zip tie the old style, the old way you zip tie on a pedal on the board, you know, the old style boards, Unique and Creek boards. I tried that method or technique, but I didn't like that either because it's where I tried to put my zip tie in through here so I can put it something like that, but it's hard to explain. But I didn't do that. I was like, why don't I just use the bigger zip ties and do this style? I thought about making holes, right? 2 holes in between these. But I don't like the smell of burnt plastic, right? Hi, everybody. I don't like the smell, and I don't want to do that, and I don't want to teach that here because it's not healthy. And so this is what I'm doing here now. This is what I came up with. And if you like the style, you can make it your own. You can do same color mesh. You need two rolls. And you could do any season. You could do 10-inch curls. Maybe 10-inch curls would have been better. But I don't know. But I think I like how these came out. I think I like the look. So this will take time. Like I said, I could have done this before or last night, but sometimes it's good to visualize what goes behind the scenes and show you all the steps that I do. You know, before, so it'll be to make it a fast live, but in this case it's all right if it's longer because I'm designing on the fly, like creating, winging it, winging it. All right, so there's 12-inch zip ties that are being attached onto the overboard here now. So 2 more. Yeah, I've never seen anybody use big zip ties like this before. But why not? Why not use the big zip ties? And that's the last one. All right. So all those are attached in there. So we do not need these now because we'll be using the 6-inch after. We'll put them away. So we'll do the top. This is the top. Yeah, we'll do it. These are the top 2 holes up here. We'll do the next zip tie. And I put a B and P on there. What that means is I'm putting 2 curls together in the blue and purple. Just like that. Just like that in there. So, but you make sure when you add these petals in there, you make sure that those zip ties, see those zip ties are inside the zip tie. If not, these will slip out. And those are good stopper. Okay, just like that. And now, get those off. See that? Magic. So those are not going anywhere. Unless somebody really tugs down on them, they're not going anywhere. But what you could do here is you could go in and add some glue under the mesh, because if you put it over, it won't do anything. It'll just come off, or it'll melt the zip tie. So I'm just gonna put some glue under. Okay? So I'm just showing you. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just showing you that that's a good way to keep these in there. Okay? So make sure these are sideways, sitting sideways together, just like that. Right? Now the next one, we got BR. So that's blue, and R means ribbon. So 2 ribbon. See how this looks. I cut these at 14 inches. I could have done smaller, but I want to see what 14 inches will look like. And I'm thinking that I should add zip tie in there too. I should add these together like that, but I didn't know what I was gonna do, so that's why I didn't do that. So I do need a zip tie on these ribbon. I thought about just adding the 1.5 inch and also half of the 2.5 on top, but like I said, I felt rushed today. I could have done that for this, but maybe in the next wreath. Okay, so these are going in together now. So we make sure our zip ties, I sort of zip tied these together like I said, but next one. So now we can close this off really tight, like really pull on that zip tie tail and cut it off. Okay, just like that. So the reason why I thought about I added the ribbon on the one side curl here is because these are already, there's already 2 in there and you can see them really good. So that's why this one, it's okay to hide that one because there. So that'll be that, what we'll be doing all the way around. Cool, eh? So cool. So purple and blue. Purple and blue is next. I've done knife here. Okay, so really close it off. Really pull on that zip tie. See, these are supposed to, I'm hoping that these would sit sideways. Okay. So I think that's gonna look good. It's gonna take a while, but since it's my first time making this, be a while. So purple here now. We're alternating the colors as well here, so you gotta be aware of that. Oh, I made a mistake. I should have added ribbon there. That's all right. This zip tie wasn't on in there right anyways. I zip tied it the wrong way. It's okay. I was gonna change it anyways. Didn't look right to me. It didn't close right. Okay. Here we go. All right. Yeah, it's on good now. So we're now gonna grab our ribbon. Get them ready. Why is this seam shorter? I don't know if that looks, that one's shorter. I think I cut it too short. Here we go, that's better. Okay, here we go. So yeah, it's a good idea to, when you go in and zip tie this, you could zip tie these together too if you want, but it's okay like this too. There it is. I'm just gonna add that in there now. It's a lot of work, a lot of zip ties, but I'm hoping in the end it'll be worth it. The wreath will look good. So this is the last one, last curl, light side curl. You know, I think maybe I should have cut the ribbon a little shorter, or maybe not add ribbon on this side at all. But it's all right. Alrighty, so let's fix these up before we add in the other mesh. So look at all that. Yes, it is beautiful. Isn't that cool? Look at that. Look at the back. How wide. So this is what I said, where I wanted to add holes in between here, 2 in it, but I didn't want to do that. Don't want to teach that because the plastic smells when you put your wood burner in there to make holes, and it stinks, and I don't want to teach that, and because it's also not healthy for your lungs. Okay, we'll put that aside and we'll grab our other mesh. We'll make ruffles for these now. So there's 10 pieces of these. I didn't make these again because I didn't know what I was gonna do in the middle. But these are cut at 17.5 inches as well. So the whole 2 rolls of mesh is what we're using here today. Going every other, so there's 20 holes here. We're doing the inner holes. So we're going every other on the black marks. I made a mark. That's where we're adding the zip tie. But I think, do you think I should add it this way or this way? I think I'm gonna add it this way on the side. Just to hide, but it's not gonna hide this, you see? That's not, what was I gonna do? Was I gonna do a woodland ruffle or a ruffle? Let's see what a ruffle does. Change my mind, I can do that. Okay, let's just ruffle. Pins and pleat, pins and pleat in the middle. I usually have this little square as a guide here, so I won't have my mesh won't go like this way. Let's see. I almost threw my scissors in the garbage. So if we're gonna add it here, will we see the other stuff? That's what I was afraid of. Let's clip this. Okay. I'll grab a zip tie. We'll start anywhere where the black mark is. Okay. We'll just add the mesh first. And we'll zip tie that up. I'm hoping this will cover all this here that I want to be covered. And have a little, you know, landing base at the bottom here for the sign. It's like a little shell. Okay. Next one. Ruffle, ruffle, ruffle again. See if the ruffle works. Pin it. So we need to grab our zip tie. So we're adding ribbon in there, so don't worry that we are seeing the zip tie. Pipe cleaner would have been nice on here too. Let's just stick with zip ties first. See, you notice I'm moving this way and I'm adding the purple right there. I'm not overlapping. Blue one. I like how it looks there in the middle there. So it looks like, what do you call it? Like the ocean? Is purple the ocean? Yeah, it just looks so wavy and pretty. So I like that look. Yeah, but it seems to cover the board. I was scared that it wouldn't cover the board in between here. but it does. So that's good. But the curls, I wanted the curls to be seen more, but they're not showing as much as I would like. So I'm thinking maybe I should have cut the ribbon a little shorter, maybe at 12 inches. So that's it. That one I need to change. So last mesh, and then we'll add the ribbon tails. There we go. Wow. So let's chop those tails off. There we go. So there's all the mesh in there. Ribbon tails and the mesh. So here it is. I like that look. How do you guys think? What do you guys think? We'll add one ribbon tail per ruffle, per zip tie, per hole. Why am I adding the purple and the purple? It's okay. So one ribbon tail per ruffle is what I'm gonna be adding now. Cut those tails off. Needle. Notice I put these on the sides because if I were to put them here and here, the pipe cleaners, I double them up just to reach that first hole. But putting the pipe cleaners on the side like this, the holes are right there. So good. The middle holes. Oh yeah, slanty? No, just straight. So there's our wreath. So thank you for watching. That's